EA Sports. It's the Raiders and the Vikings, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Las Vegas Raiders taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. It's finally time for the main event here in 2025. Away we go in Super Bowl 59. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. They start the drive with Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. You look at this Super Bowl, the second appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know. But what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose. And that's what you hear from coaches so often. They don't remember the wins as much as they remember the losses. You can talk about the media, the scrutiny, the hoopla, but once you've had to shake a head coach's hand and jog off the field and know you have to face the media, face your fans, face your home life, knowing that you've lost the Super Bowl, that hurts big time, and you're going to do everything possible to try to prevent that from happening again.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick-6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Pulls it in at the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick-6. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And complete right side to Cook. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He missed on his first 3 passes. Was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Max Crosby coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jacobs going to try the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 9. 49 yards rushing for him now on their opening drive of this Super Bowl. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Jacobs. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. Remember, he was drafted and released by the Vikings. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Shoves him aside. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And again, it's Mahomes. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a 2nd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Now here's Mahomes. Throw left side, complete to Tony. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And his kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. He'll look to throw. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, on running plays, runs after.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. An extra point attempt to follow here. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. Now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. I think you would agree. Just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play. Gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Solid rush was coming. Hung in there. Took the hit. Dumped it out to the outside. And now they pick up some yardage. And you have a back.
He's got a man. Complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long. But I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Jacobs again, trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. Jacobs will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter 2, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us because when we were in the production meetings, we asked a few of the players about, hey, what if things get a little rocky early? They all said the exact same thing. We're prepared, so we're confident things will work out. And so far, they have started to do so.
Those 3 words we hear a lot, stay the course.
25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way.
That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
No partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 11. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
On a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick-6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ballgame.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. That's caught by Waller out left side.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give real credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
And this one is right through. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the 3rd quarter.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Being chased out left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
He's 60-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied error. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept away, and boom, over the crossbar.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
They go play fake. Mahomes. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. That's to Cook out of the backfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Backed up where they were on this side of the field. That was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a first down in that situation?
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He finds his man complete. That's Ford. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
An entire season coming down to this next quarter. 3 in the books here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. That is incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When those extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's really easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He's got Smith here.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Give to Cook out of the gun.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On first down, Mahomes eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings.
15-yard touchdown Brown.
And the Vikings are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take...
And my goodness, another interception. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Cook with a run on first down, but he'll only manage a couple there before he's taken down.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants a football in his hands. He's had a good day.
Here's Cook again. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They run the counter with Cook. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Dalvin Cook,
an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And if we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helps contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's complete to Adams.
And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And now here's another interception.
And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
But just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And they have done it. The Minnesota Vikings are the Super Bowl champions. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000 lakes. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment,